Ethan Reed didn't see himself as a genius, nor did he seek fame. In his small, pine-shrouded town in Oregon, he was known as the guy who spent more time with wires and antennas than with people. He had transformed his attic into a chaotic observatory of blinking lights, makeshift transmitters, and second-hand monitors humming in soft harmony. Every night, he pointed his scavenged dish skyward and listened to the void. Not for any particular reason beyond curiosity. It was quiet work, largely unrewarded, but something in him believed the universe had secrets to offer if only someone was patient enough to wait. One foggy night, fueled by leftover pizza and too much caffeine, he sent a message into space. It was part serious, part joke. "Hello out there," it began, "I'm Ethan Reed from Earth. We're mostly harmless. Our music is decent. If you're planning to invade, please reconsider. Also, here are some cat memes." He embedded his favorite playlist and attached images, then hit send without much thought. The signal vanished into the stars. But a single miscalculation, a decimal point out of place, sent Ethan's message not toward the familiar systems nearby, but toward an unmonitored region of space. It ended up on Zerelia, a planet of floating cities, plasma shields, and deadly internal conflict. There, hiding in exile after her uncle usurped the throne, Princess Vera was struggling to stay alive. Alone with only her AI companion and a handful of stealth-coded coordinates, she had kept her location secret from the assassins hunting her. One day, while decoding noise from deep space, her system picked up Ethan's transmission. It was strange, warm, and filled with odd references and humor. It was, in a word, human. Intrigued, Vera traced the origin to an unassuming blue planet, Earth. It had no military presence in galactic politics and had not yet joined the interstellar community. In its obscurity, Vera saw refuge. With a brief command, she activated her emergency jump drive. Back on Earth, Ethan had moved on from the transmission. Weeks passed. He watched movies, tinkered with his gadgets, and slept through most mornings. Then, one rainy night, the lights flickered. His signal dish shuddered. In the basement, a strange hum filled the air, and a pulse of light grew brighter near his transmitter. Startled, Ethan grabbed a flashlight and descended the steps, only to witness a liquid vortex of light tear open in the air. A humanoid figure stepped through, tall, regal, and encased in shimmering armor. Her hair floated behind her, weightless, silver blue. She spoke calmly. "Are you Ethan Reed of Earth?" Ethan stammered, barely managing to nod. "You sent a diplomatic transmission," she continued. "I am Princess Vera of Zerelia. I accept your sanctuary." Ethan blinked. "Sanctuary?" That was a joke. She tilted her head. "I'm taking it seriously." Moments later, the two were sitting awkwardly in his kitchen. She examined utensils with interest while he offered cereal. He struggled to process it all. There was an alien princess in his home, and apparently, he had offered her refuge. "Are you in danger?" he asked. She looked out the window. "Yes. But not from your people. My enemies may trace the signal here. Your planet could be in peril." That revelation sank in like a stone. He'd pressed send thinking he might amuse some scientists. Instead, he might have brought an interstellar war to Earth. As the two talked into the night, a mechanical whine echoed outside. An assassin drone had followed Vera through the transmission path. It cloaked itself, scanned the area, then prepared to strike. The explosion jolted Ethan awake. Vera was already up, armored and ready. They raced outside to see neighbors filming what they thought was a fireworks accident. From the trees, a black drone emerged and fired. Vera deflected the shot with her plasma rod, then struck the drone down in 2 clean moves. The crowd gasped, some cheering, others screaming. Phones recorded every second. "That's gonna trend fast," Ethan muttered. Back inside, they examined the drone wreckage. "They've found me," Vera said. They'll keep coming. How many more? Dozens. Possibly hundreds. The next morning, Ethan's quiet home became less so. SUVs arrived. Government agents with stern faces entered. One introduced herself. Agent Myra Collins. Homeland Extraterrestrial Response. She wasn't surprised to see Vera. We've been tracking atmospheric disruptions and non-Earth signals. You've caused 3 anomalies in 12 hours. Vera explained her political situation. Collins was quiet, then said, "We want to help, but if others come, we need to prepare." That night, Ethan found himself in the center of a mobile command post built in his garage. Satellites picked up more Xyrillian ships entering Earth's orbit. "They're not here to negotiate," Collins said. "They're here to retrieve or destroy." Vera suggested a risky solution. If they could hijack a scout drone, she could transmit a message to the Senate, revealing she was alive and under human protection. Ethan offered help. His hacked signal booster could intercept and redirect signals. The team tracked a drone to a forest. Vera led the strike. From a tree canopy, she leapt onto the drone, disabling its flight system with one slash. The team brought it back, and Ethan cracked its encryption. They had one chance to broadcast. Vera stood before the camera with Earth's and Xyrilia's flags behind her. "I am Princess Vera. I claim sanctuary on Earth. This world has shown me loyalty, courage, and protection. If any force violates its peace, they will not find weakness. They will find resistance." Ethan grinned and whispered, "Say the line." She smiled. "Humans don't run." The message was sent. Within minutes, alarms rang across the command center. More ships were entering orbit. But instead of attack, something unexpected occurred. A massive Xyrillian Senate ship arrived. A voice declared, "Hostilities on Earth are forbidden. All units stand down." In the skies, enemy vessels disappeared. Collins exhaled. "We bought time." Vera nodded. And made history. News outlets picked up snippets of footage. Though heavily censored, rumors spread like wildfire. People spoke of the glowing woman with the sword, of the exploding drone, and of the speech that stopped a war. Earth was no longer alone. Vera was summoned to the Senate to explain her actions. Ethan came along, wearing a slightly oversized suit and wide-eyed amazement. In the floating chambers of Xyrillian diplomacy, she stood tall. "Earth offered me hope. I ask that they be granted alliance, not judgment." The Senate was split. Some feared Earth's unpredictability. Others admired its raw loyalty. A vote was cast. Earth was to receive observation status, a first step toward interstellar recognition. Back home, things remained tense. Not everyone trusted the alien visitors. Ethan's eccentric uncle Max formed a neighborhood watch called Human First, complete with pamphlets and tinfoil hats. "Aliens walking our streets? What's next, space taxes?" he ranted. But even Max had to admit, something had shifted. When another sabotage attempt was made on a Senate vessel, an insider loyal to the usurper, it became clear peace was still fragile. Vera and Ethan worked closely with Collins and world leaders. Secret summits followed. Military strategies were updated. Defense systems tested. And through it all, Earth slowly adapted to the idea that it was no longer hidden in the universe. The final challenge came months later. A rebel fleet loyal to Vera's uncle launched a coordinated attack across several global cities. Communications fell. Power grids failed. Military bases went dark. Ethan, armed with a tablet and duct-taped tech, coordinated defense through back channels. Vera led an elite team to confront her uncle's flagship. The battle was brutal. Vera, injured but relentless, fought her uncle in a blade-to-blade duel on the collapsing bridge of his ship. Her final strike disabled the vessel's power core. The rebellion fell apart. When the smoke cleared, Vera broadcast a message to both worlds. "This is the future," she declared. "One built not on conquest, but connection." Ethan stood beside her, bruised, covered in ash, but smiling. "You saved us," she whispered. "We saved each other," he replied. Uncle Max, watching from a bunker, took off his hat and mumbled, "Maybe the kid's onto something after all." In the months that followed, Earth saw Xyrillian engineers helping build fusion grids. Humans taught Xyrillians jazz and sarcasm. Schools adapted to interstellar history. The first joint exploration fleet launched from lunar orbit, with Ethan and Vera on board. Their mission: explore beyond known systems and build bridges, not barriers. Her final strike disabled the vessel's power core. The rebellion fell apart. When the smoke cleared, Vera broadcast a message to both worlds. "This is the future," she declared. "One built not on conquest, but connection." Ethan stood beside her, bruised, covered in ash, but smiling. "You saved us," she whispered. "We saved each other," he replied. Uncle Max, watching from a bunker, took off his hat and mumbled, "Maybe the kid's onto something after all." In the months that followed, Earth saw Xyrillian engineers helping build fusion grids. Humans taught Xyrillians jazz and sarcasm. Schools adapted to interstellar history. The first joint exploration fleet launched from lunar orbit, with Ethan and Vera on board. Their mission: explore beyond known systems and build bridges, not barriers. As the stars stretched ahead and Earth faded behind them, Ethan turned to Vera. "I still can't believe this started with cat memes." She smiled, adjusting controls. "Next time, check your decimal points." He laughed. "But then again, if I had, we might never have met." And as their ship slipped into the silence of the unknown, the universe once again listened. A signal had been sent. A response had come. And the story of two worlds changed forever.